Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today we're going to replace the battery in this Swiss military watch. I'm not entirely sure who makes this watch in particular. There's a brand called, I think it's Hanoa, and then you have Wenger, and you have Victorinox, and I think they could all kind of use the Swiss Army slash Swiss military kind of name. So it's really, I think this is kind of a Wenger watch, and I'll kind of tell you why I think that. But this is a pretty interesting watch. It is a chronograph. It's got a date indicator at the, what is that, the 4 o'clock, and it's got the Swiss Army cross symbol at the 12 o'clock. The bezel's pretty smooth and it's a bit thin, but this knurling on the edges allow you to get a pretty decent grip. Actually, you would think that this would be quite slippery, but it's not too bad. We do have a tachymeter on the edge here. It's got 3 dials. Looks like it might be hours, minutes, and then the running seconds perhaps. The chronograph seconds being this red conventional seconds hand. The crown is screwed down. You got your 2 pushers here. It is blue. It's a really nice dark blue. It's not navy. It's almost purple, which is pretty interesting. Looks like it's got loomed indices. Some of them are anyways, and then loomed hands. The bezel looks like it might be stainless steel. I don't think this is aluminum. The bracelet's pretty decent, and it does have a dive extension. This watch needs to be cleaned up. Somebody wore this and loved it. Nothing wrong with that. Hopefully we could get it to somebody else who will do the same. We got our Swiss Army emblem at the clasp there. Yeah, not a bad watch, all things considered. I'm gonna go ahead and get the bracelet apart here. So I'm going to just take it apart here at the clasp, put my finger in the way so that the spring doesn't hit my lens. Spring bar seems to happen quite a bit if I'm not paying attention anyways. And we now have access to the case back. Let's swipe this down a little bit. Seems like it's got some fingerprints on there, but it kind of looks like a Wenger to me. You got the Swiss Army knife there. Wenger is known for making these kinds of case backs. It's got a model number 537.1675. I have not looked that up yet, but yeah, my guess is it's a Wenger of some kind. 100 meters water resistance, all stainless steel, Swiss military, the genuine Swiss Army knife. Hollow end links, it looks like. Yeah, alright. Let's get the case back off this fella. See what we are working with. So because this is using pushers, we're going to want to probably space these out. Yeah, we'll try the middle ones and see how that goes. You usually don't want to compress your buttons. You could damage the springs in them and do, cause other damage, similar kind of damage. But usually I like to try and lock in the lugs, and that seems to be like a pretty good lock there. We're going to come in with our spring bar, or I'm sorry, our case back tool here. So Luro L-2201. This is an AliExpress buy. With all the tariffs going on, I don't know if this is going to be the best deal anymore. Yeah, my advice would have been to buy everything you could at the last 11/11 sale, which that's when I got this guy. And I assumed that, tariffs were going to be a thing, so anyways. Let's see. seems to be coming out pretty easy. Okay, so we've got case made in China, E2 Endura 09/02. So I wonder if this watch could have very well been made in the early 2000s or maybe the late 2000s. Gasket's right here. Seems a bit hard. Might be something we want to replace. I'm not sure yet. Trying got some stuff on there. It's probably dead skin cells. You know what? It's still pretty malleable, actually. Still feels rubbery. I think I could reuse that. I think I will. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a looks like a plastic movement protector, movement holder, something of that kind. Got my brass tweezers out so I don't scratch up the watch. Just try and lightly pry this out. That's a slot. I'm actually touching the movement there. Whoops. There we go. All right. Oop, what did I do? This really didn't want to come out. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing on the other side. Just appears to be just a wholesome piece of plastic. Those are those. I was sticking my tweezers in those a second ago. Whoops. Okay, so what do we have here? We have an ETA g10.711 4 jewel. Looks like it's using 394/380. Just get this battery out. I'm going to use brass tweezers to remove this battery because it's dead. I don't care about shorting it. Get my plastic tweezers and kind of set this movement back in. Just kind of make sure everything's in. I'm going to use this blower. Just kind of blow things out. It looks like the battery slot is looking nice and clean. Shouldn't be any problems there. And we're looking at a 394/380. Is that a real battery size? It is. Okay, so I've got some 394/380s over here. Let's plop one of these on. Hopefully this watch runs, that'd be cool. With these kinds of batteries, you know, you can just push them out like this. Grab it with plastic tweezers. Do not use metal. You want to use something non-conductive so you do not short your battery. I'm just going to come in. I don't think it really matters how I put this in. I think it'll just kind of go in, perhaps. Maybe not. My ignorance is showing here. I guess we could just put it in. I think we want to get it under these two tabs here, and then just, yeah, there we go. It's really torqued down. Something ain't right. I thought this was gonna be easy. Why was I wrong? go in, right? Why is this being a pain in the butt? Huh. Fascinating. Interesting. I'm gonna get a finger caught on and kind of mess around with this with my finger because something's not right. Oop, almost grabbed the brass tweezers there. What is going on here? Fascinating. I cannot get this battery in here. I see what the problem is. Let me get a, I need to get a, fine, very fine pin. So I think what's happening is there's a metal tab sticking out right here. Yep, that's exactly what it was. So, there's a gold metal tab right here that was sticking out and getting under the battery, and it wasn't allowing it to go down. So I had to come in from the bottom, push this tab this way, and the battery finally sat in there. That was tricky. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm not super amazing at every movement yet. Unfortunately, this one's rare enough that I haven't really seen it. I probably worked on this movement once before. I think I feel like I've seen it before, but I'm just gonna kind of brush up this debris. I'm gonna blow it out. Does that look okay? I guess it's fine. Is it fine? Yeah, that seems okay to me. And then I'm going to get some grease on this here gasket. Just throw it in here and rub it around. Just to kind of get that lubricated again. I like to flip my gasket over and then run it again just to kind of make sure I'm covering all my bases there. This watch is rated for 100 meters, so hopefully somebody doesn't go too far in with it. But I mean, 100 meters is still pretty darn good, don't get me wrong. But okay, so yeah, this is going back in quite nicely. Very good. Still don't know if this watch is running though, do I? I'm gonna blow it out one more time. And then we're going to get our plastic spacer back in. I could see our pusher is activating there. Oh, I'm supposed to... I should have unscrewed this. Usually you want to unscrew your crown when you start working in the movement like that. I'm really bad at that. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, you want to unscrew your crown because you just don't want to damage it. You want it to move around as you're servicing the watch. Otherwise, it could cause issues. And I forgot about that, everybody. I always forget about that. It's like one of the few things that I'm just really not good at is remembering to unscrew that crown. Okay, we could probably remove this from our vise now. And then let's get our ball. Just ball it tight. That seems pretty good. Moment of truth. Is it going to run? Is it running? I think it will. I didn't see anything too bad. Yeah, it's running. Looks like the chronograph tried to reset on us, but see that seconds hand is ticking down there. All these hands are not set properly. I bet this watch probably easy to set. So let's see if we can do that. Excuse me. I'm gonna pull this crown out, and then I'm going to probably pull it to position 2, and just, yeah, look at that. So the top pusher is going to move our, what is that? Whatever hand that is. That might be the minutes hand, perhaps. Bottom pusher. Bottom pusher doesn't do anything. Okay, let's hold both of them together. Nope, that's not doing anything. Okay, let's try position number 1. Ah, there we go. Position 1, top pusher is going to move our what is that? The hour's hand, perhaps? Which means the bottom pusher is probably, yep, this will be the seconds hand. These are all moving quite well. Let's see if it'll change at 12 o'clock for us. The date anyways would change at 12 o'clock. Yeah, okay, that seems to be working. Let's see if the quick date works. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll actually set the time on this watch at another date. Let's just see if our chronograph starts working. Seems to be running to me. I do believe this is a fully functional Swiss military watch. How cool is that? How cool is that? Alright, I've got gotta get this bracelet back together. I have 6.5 inch wrists, so this is probably 42 to 45 millimeters, I'd imagine. The lugs really do almost hang off my wrist there. So you could argue this is kind of a big watch for my wrist size. I could get away with wearing it though, probably, if I wanted to. We're gonna let this chronograph run for a bit while I install this, do dimensions. What's a watch like this worth? Not much. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 150-ish if we're lucky. Is what I would put it at. Maybe Yeah, I'm thinking like 150, something like that. Not too much. Okay, let's do dimensions. I mean, it's a decent watch for 150. It's a dive watch, 100 meters water resistance, chronograph, Swiss. It's a decent brand. It's a pretty handsome looking watch. It's got a nice bezel, good finishing. I mean, it's not bad, is it? Okay, case size. We're looking at about 42 millimeters, not including the crown, and with the crown it's 46. And then we've got 49 millimeter lug to lug basically, and then it is 12.7 millimeters thick. If you want to put your own band on it, we're talking 21 millimeters. Cool. And as we can see, the minutes hand in the left register is moving, and the hours hand's probably moving too. Yeah, it is. It's moved a little. Very gradual. Let's see if this will tick over in a second. Or I should say 5. Nice. Stop it. Oh. Okay, so that's the 1/10 indicator. That's not hours. Okay, let's reset it. Nice. Right on. Beautiful. Probably a fully functional watch, everybody. How cool is that? Okay, well, that's all I got. Quarter comparison, by the way. We already know it's 42 millimeter, but I always like to do quarter comparison. This quarter is definitely much smaller than even the crystal on this watch. Okay, that's all I got, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If I helped you fix your Swiss military watch, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you found this interesting, similar deal. I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.